Robert Manolson, welcome to Empower Network TV, sir.
Oh, listen, welcome to the world of powerful play. Powerful play. You're all over play. You love to play. Empowered TV Network is your form of play. It's your form of nobody's left out. Ensure that everybody's in, and feeling included. So I'm honored to be here in your world of play.
Thankful you're here. You just summed it up well. So we're going to talk about that powerful play and how that enables for no one to be left behind. Because Robert, what happens to us when we get into play mode? Psychologically, metaphysically, where do we go when we're playing?
Wow. Hey, I brought some notes. I brought some notes. Well, during COVID, a number of us came together and we wrote short paragraphs on why play, the importance of play. So fire that question at me one more time and let's see what I can find here from that article. Just a short paragraph.
Sure. What happens to us when we engage in play? When we get into play mode, I know I shift, Robert. What happens to me when I'm shifting? Because I go from logic and reason and I get into pure emotion and I get into my heart.
Oh, wow. Wow. Play is being human. That's what I hear you say. Play is being human. Play shifts our perspective. Play, by virtue of us not being in not work mode and play mode, now it's shifting our perspective of ourselves and others, because the thing is play, it's not work. Work invites a perspective of ourselves and others, but table that and go to the opposite, which is play. Now we're going to have a very different perspective. Play builds trust amongst its participants and leads participants to learn more about themselves and others. It's the ultimate icebreaker. It's the ultimate icebreaker. Think about it. Play breaks down those barriers to hard conversations and shines light on things we have courage doing, right? That maybe we feel uncomfortable doing. And that's a demonstration of our inner strength. Play results in positive relationships. There's often a sign at Tim Hortons, and I can't recall what the sign actually said, but it suggests that it suggests this, that when you show up at the play park or at the park, everybody arrives as strangers, right? But through play, and I'll sort of capture my own childhood many moons ago, through play at the park, whether I was in the sandbox, with my pail and shovel, whether I was on the teeter-totter, whether I was on the swings, whether I was in the kiddie pool, whether I was on the merry-go-round, we all arrive as strangers, but we leave as friends. That's the beauty of play, because play ignites friendships. I remember as a kid growing up in Montreal, and this is huge for everybody who's watching, Amos, because we're setting in motion the fact that there's scientific research behind play. It's not fluff, right? What's that phrase you used a few minutes ago with me? It's the no one is left out. Is that the term you use?
Yeah.
No one is left behind. No one is left behind. So I remember going to the park as a kid, say with me and my 3 or 4 friends, and we lived in an area, English, this was in Montreal, Jewish kids, lots of Jewish kids in our neighborhood. And we would walk 20 minutes down the street to Goyer Park, right? Goyer, Goyer Park. And the location of Goyer Park was in a French neighborhood, very Catholic. But I knew that Jewish kids and Catholic kids, we might arrive as strangers, but we'll leave as friends. And there won't be language won't be a barrier, because play, the act of play, was the ultimate icebreaker, right? It shattered all barriers, and it was the ultimate, it levels the playing field. There's no hierarchy. So I'm in the sandbox and I'm turning to someone, a kid, saying, would you like to build a castle with me? And maybe he's getting it, maybe he's not, maybe he answers in French, maybe he doesn't, but we get it because the act of play is the language. So I used to remember going to Goyet Park, and I'd go with 3 or 4 friends, but when I left, I had new friends from the French part of the neighborhood where the French Catholic kids lived. It was crazy. I didn't know it at that time, how play was, the act of play or playing or being playful was the ultimate friendship builder, was the ultimate relationship builder. What do you think?
I've never thought of using play to come back to. I guess maybe parts of me get into play unintentionally, but there's other parts of me that, as you're talking about this, Robert, I'm like, man, I need to start intentionally inviting others to play and going, hey, do you want to play with me? I remember calling up my friends, on the old phones, you would ring, hey, Mrs. Whatever, Mike's mom, can Mike come out to play? Am I allowed to?
Yes. You must have been the same kid in my neighborhood. Because we lived in duplexes in our Jewish neighborhood, and you're literally like 30 seconds from your friend downstairs. If we lived on the top, you just went down the 2 flight of stairs, and that's where my friend Michael lived. But you still picked up the phone, and you did the dial, and mom would get on the phone. Michael's mom would get on the phone, and you say, "Is Michael there?" Of course he is. He's downstairs. I can hear him. Hey, Michael, do you want to come out to play? Right. Yeah. And that started the act of community building, right? Formal community building, in the sense that Michael and I would then go knock on the doors of Neil, David, Percy, Ricky, and we'd all have our hockey sticks because we wanted to play, street hockey. And we'd always tell Neil, bring your net, but that was community building. So we never thought of it in that context, but look at all the skills that you and I learned. See, you're all over play. When you, not when you, but Empower TV Network is your platform for play. It's just you haven't consciously thought of it in that way because you're wrapped up in the values behind it. Everybody belongs, no one's left behind. Put people in front of the camera. Show and tell. This is show and tell, which is another form of play. But your platform is all about play. You just haven't consciously thought about it that way. And that's the beauty of you. That's the beauty. Because you don't have to wake up every day and go, how am I going to play with people? How do I intentionally play? Because you're already doing it by virtue of the fact that you're wired this way through your childhood. And now today, you're wired this way. So it comes off as very authentic and very natural. I'm going to stop talking.
Well, thank you. And thank you for bringing that illumination to me. And I appreciate it. I never thought of it that way, but I will from now on.
You did. You sure you did?
Not of play. I've never thought of this as play. Like, yes, now I see. I've never thought of this as play. I've always thought of this as, yes, fun, but I've never used the word play. I never correlated that.
Well, fun is the outcome, right?
Right.
In a sense, right? Like at the end of the recording, I'm supposed to say, hey, that was fun. That was fun, right? And we're to check off the box. Yes, it was fun, right? But the action to get there was through play. And
how did you become like this? How did you become like someone that is doing powerful play experiences? Because you and I are similar age, but a lot of people our age, like I'm 47, they've let go of or forgot, or it's been covered up. How are you talking about powerful play experiences.
Well,
Even the
first,
way you wear your haircut, it's playful. Your hair, your glasses, your mustache, they're all playful. How in the world did
you're so funny. I'll wear my green glasses for you. You're so, oh my God, he's complimenting my hair. He's giving me the yes. I'm all about the yes. You know? I don't have my bigger flowers here. I'll show you my small flower. Wait, I have Gumby here, and Gumby is here. First, I want to thank you for that compliment. You said we're about the same age. I am much older than you.
well, you seem younger.
I know. You see that? You see, when I think about how young I look, there's no doubt about it that because I've been naturally drawn to play for my whole life, I am convinced that it has kept me looking and feeling younger. I'm convinced. I don't have any research to substantiate that because I look at neighbors across the street, especially men in the trades, and I get it. It's brutal on your body. It's brutal on your hands. They look much older, right? than I. But that's okay. I get it. So I think I'm sure that being drawn to play has just, genetically just kept me looking young over the years. Hey, it's my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday to you. What are you doing tomorrow?
Well, I should be playing, right?
You should be.
I know. And here's the irony of what I just said. Like, I should be. Like, you should be. You should respond to me and say, Rob, that's pathetic.
You should on yourself.
Yes, exactly. Like, what the hell is this? The play guy told me he should play. Like, the guy should be saying to me, oh, I'm off to play tomorrow. I'm gonna have a great time. I'm doing this. But I went, oh, I should play, right? And that's the work mentality. So how did I get into this thing? As I said before, I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood in Montreal. And I was a child of the 60s, the 1960s. I turned 63 tomorrow.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah, I don't know if there's is it congrats or oy vey?
Well, you seem younger than most 36-year-olds I know, so.
And you know what? I appreciate that. And living in a Jewish neighborhood, and it doesn't mean it's unique to a Jewish neighborhood, but our Jewish neighborhood had tons of kids, all the same age. Like a whole bunch of us got bar mitzvahed around the same time. We're all getting bar mitzvahed at the same time. And it was packed with kids. And we always played out on the street. The street was our immediate, playground. Everything from skipping to hopscotch to champ. We played baseball with a plastic bat and ball. We played street hockey. We played hide and seek. We played tag. We made carnivals in our backyard. So it was just something that I was immediately introduced to because that's what we all did. So spring forward to I'm 1 year or so. Or in less than a year, ready to graduate from high school in Montreal. And high school goes to grade 11. I have no idea what I want to do after high school. I have no idea, right? What I want to do after high school. And I go see Miss Oosterhoff. Miss Oosterhoff. Now, this is a long time ago. I believe she just recently passed away. She was a guidance counselor ahead of her time. And I say to her, I don't know what I want to do after high school, what program I should take, but I know one thing for sure. I love gym. The class gym.
It's like saying I love lunch or I love recess.
I like our free time. I love free time. And I hate science. I hate math. I hate it all. I hate it all. So she says something that I don't even know about. She goes, why don't we think of having you move into the field of recreation leadership? What is that? She says, well, very quickly, you work and provide play for people during their free time. So in a sense, you're building play experiences during people's free time. When people aren't working, they need recreation activities, centers, locations to go do recreation. And that could be physical education, outdoor education, sociocultural, and they need leaders to plan these things. That sounds cool. I get to play in my career, apparently. There's a career where you can play. So she sends me to Dawson College in Montreal. It's a CEGEP, C-E-G-E-P. It's a CEGEP, a college. And I fall in love with the program. It's called Community Recreation Leadership Training. And it's for 3 years. And I build amazing friendships. You see, more friendships. And I grow exponentially as a Jewish boy, now going to a college in downtown Montreal. And I continue my education into university, and I pursue a bachelor's degree, a Bachelor of Arts degree in recreation and leisure studies. And it all makes sense. So I'm known for following my heart and doing what I love. I assume that's the way it's supposed to be done.
I assume so too.
So that's where it all started. I just knew myself. I just knew what I didn't want and what I liked. And the genius of Miss Oosterhoff to take what little I said and respond with, maybe this field of recreation could be a great place for you. And that's like way back in 1975, 76. And she's like a guidance counselor, like way ahead of her time, to be able to, intuitively get a sense of me and then send me on a path in the right direction. And so any work that I've pursued over the years has to have a form of play woven into the work. Because I'm a rec guy, and that's like a title, but I just like to play. I don't do enough of it, but that's like, anyways, you were gonna say.
Yeah, I want to ask about her, because for her to impact you that deeply, I want to ask, I'm going to assume that you've had the opportunity to do that for others. You've had the opportunity to speak right to them with timely words, because if you were impacted by her, and because you look around you and you know that a lot of people didn't get that Miss Oosterhoff in their life. So I bet, was it dollars to donuts, that you've had a chance to say some very important words to some people throughout the years.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying, because, and I really appreciate what you're saying. You're the first person to ever say that. To say, well, if she, rocked your world that day, somewhere along your life journey, I bet you've wanted to re-gift that to others. And play aside, like as a formal business, I've been in the field of career development for close to 23 years. So I'm not a coach, because I respect the education and training that coaches need to achieve, to carry that title. But I am a certified career development professional, better known as a certified career counselor. So I love to do one-to-one career counseling. And I love to host career planning workshops, resume writing, interview skills, work search. In fact, this afternoon, a gentleman that I met during COVID online, he reached out to me a couple of weeks back and said, my partner or my girlfriend has been working in the field of healthcare for at least 10 years. And she works in the capacity, I believe, of a physio assistant. And she defines herself by that occupational title. She has no sense of herself and cannot see herself in any other capacity, but something to do with the role of assistant in the field of healthcare. So we're going to meet today and shatter, shatter her beliefs that once a physio assistant, always an assistant, because she views herself as having limited skills and limited interests. And those skills and interests are only relatable to the occupation of physio assistant. So I'm going to have some fun shattering her view of herself so that she sees herself in a much grander way as a beautiful, beautiful woman with at least 5,000 skills. According to recent research, each and every one of us has at least 5,000 skills, lots of passions, lots of interests. She has values that she lives by. Let's package that and see where you want to take yourself in your backpack put it in your backpack of life and see where you want to take it to the next phase of your life, not the rest of your life, just the next phase of your life, just like you're doing.
Do you realize that you're a gardener? You're helping vegetables grow. You're wearing green. It's growth, potentiality, opportunity. Miss Oosterhoff gave you the gift of being able, she saw you for who you are and who you could be. And you're seeing people, these vegetables, for who they are. And you're nurturing and you're tending in your garden. You're helping them, the cucumber become, and the eggplant become what it could become because you see what it could become.
You rock. See, that's something else no one's ever said to me. You're a gardener. And I jokingly, I'll jokingly say, I know why nobody says that to me, because my wife, Sharon, she's an amazing gardener. 3/4 of our property, front, back, and sides are gardens, flower and vegetable gardens. And I post pictures of our gardens all summer long, and everybody's drawn to the wonderfulness of our gardens. So people know me as the guy who turns the soil for her, and she's the nurturer. But no one has said to me, no, you're the gardener.
You're a soul gardener. It's very clear to me. You are a soul gardener. You might be physically turning her soil, but you're doing a whole lot of soul gardening when you're working with people. Ms. Oosterhoff, that gift was passed to me. That gift was passed to you partially through that. You were impacted by that. And now you are deeply impacting others by calling out the greatness the greatness of their growth potentiality, surrounding them with the macro micronutrients, getting the weeds out. You're wearing flipping green.
I'm writing this down. The greatness of their growth potentiality. Wow. That's
you even have green glasses. You're looking at people through the lens of who they could be.
You're so funny.
Well, it's my filter, but
here we'll find another pair.
Okay. What color are we going with now?
Well, the sides are the same. Green. How do you like those?
Fun.
Yeah, fun, right? Exactly. You see, we're smiling. Look, we are meeting each other for the first time. I wrote that down. The greatness of their potentiality. I am putting that on my resume. I'm definitely putting that on my resume.
Good. But
the fact that, you and I are just meeting for the first time, and we entered into this sort of conversation, right? And quickly jumped into play mode, and which meant that we tabled work, right? It didn't sound like work. I didn't show up to have you say to me, well, Rob, this is how it's going to play out. And this is when I want you to mute and unmute. And here's my 5 lists of questions already. Let me put them in chat for you so you have an advance notice of what I'll be asking you. And this will be for approximately 30 minutes. And what I'll be doing, they didn't do that. You showed up with your T-shirt on, and I took a shower. Apparently, I took a shower, and we just jumped into playfulness, and that in itself was the ultimate icebreaker for you and I, and it was a game changer for us to get started together. So just to leap into play, it is like in these workshops, pre-COVID, when they're all live and face-to-face, I always bring on my toys. There's no PowerPoint, sit and listen, right? And the room is broken up into pods, like there's pods, all the tables are together in small pods, because there's no rows and
I'm sorry, I'm still on. I bring out all my toys. I'm just thinking Transformers, GI Joe, Star Wars, my favorite toys growing up. I'm like, if we could have a meeting of favorite toys, all your favorite toys as a kid,
let's do it.
That's like, how else would you want to meet with people? Bring your favorite toys.
Oh my, you know that here, let's write that down. How else would you want to meet people? If not now, how else would you want to meet with people? Bring your favorite toys. In fact, in my online workshops, immediately when people get online, I just say, quick, go find something you like to play with at home. And people are stunned. They don't know what to do. It's like, well, what do you mean? I don't know. Do you have a stuffed bear hanging around your house? You know, is there a GI Joe? Is what you know, your favorite plant? I don't know, something that inspires playfulness with you to kickstart the idea that we're here to play. Let's see what else here.
Man, Robert, I wish we gotta talk after this, but you really, well, a lot of people need to teach play therapy, because you just being you taught me today. I never recognized that. And you forever changed me. Therefore you forever change everyone I come in contact with, because I have had a hard time going back and reconnecting, giving myself to permission to go back. I wanted to go and buy my favorite Star Wars toys. I never got them as a kid. I got a couple. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. And then all these years as an adult, I could have gone back and bought, and really what I've wanted to buy the whole time, I've wanted a Millennium Falcon from Star Wars for so effing long. You have no idea. And I could have bought it so many times over the years. I've never bought myself the Millennium Falcon, because every time I went to go and buy the toy to give myself what I never had as a kid, I was like, oh, I should be responsible and spend that, whatever they are now, $100, $200 elsewhere. And it's like, I need to go and buy myself a toy.
Okay, so hold that thought. I wanna
Play therapy.
here. Why do we tend to lose our playfulness as we get older? Should it not be something that we should strive to maintain throughout our time on Earth? Any person of any age can participate in play. Yet as we grow older, everybody knows this, our priorities shift away from play to responsibility, especially in the world of work. And so what you did, when you weren't giving yourself permission to buy the Millennium Falcon, you were the little kid. You were the little kid with your mom and dad or your family. It's too expensive. We can't afford it. And that was, subconsciously what was going on for you when you stopped. You said, oh, I can't buy that. Then I need, maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too much for me. It means I have to be responsible. Maybe I'm just meeting you for the first time. Those were some of the messages growing up, which I recognize in myself, that those were the messages given to me by my father, and being heightenedly aware of it. I've given myself permission to go shopping for play stuff without guilt, right? Like, who's shopping? Is it Robert the adult shopping, or Robert the little boy with his father standing behind him saying, nah, that's not, we're not getting that. That's too much. And you're going to break it anyways, right? And you won't take care of it just like all your other toys. Right? I'm not saying my father said that, but that kind of idea. So, you know, I've got all kinds of Gumbies here. This guy, there's this Gumby.
Again, they're green. He's a bloody gardener.
Wait, and this, oh, and you'll love this. The green Converse.
Not myself today. What does that mean?
It's all about how to start a conversation about mental health. How to start a conversation with someone who may be experiencing, you know, an off day in regards to your mental health. So it might be something as simple as, hey, Amos, we're good friends. You just don't seem like yourself today. Is there something you want to talk about, something on your mind? You want to go for a coffee chat? You just don't seem like yourself today. What a great way to launch into a conversation. Not myself today.
Yeah.
I want you to go buy that Millennium Falcon, and we'll do you know, something about, like you said, you know, bring your toy, bring your toys. Let's play. Like,
do you want to do a round table on Bring Your Toy roundtable? If I invite you to that with 3 other people, we'll all bring our toys.
oh yeah, totally. Like I you know what, I want to pleasantly apologize. I'm usually what I have here in my little office is my boom whackers, and boom whackers, BOOMWHACKERS. I have about 100 boom whackers. So listen, here's the joke. I have a university degree, a college diploma, and a college certificate. And what's my most pressing issue every day? Do I have enough boom whackers for the workshop? That's my most pressing issue. You know?
So I don't want to. I do got to bounce here because I got another. We've played. So we're doing a round table. It's Bring Your Toy round table. I'm going to get 3 other kids at heart that all want to bring their toys. 5 of us are going to talk about our.
Love that.
Okay, so I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to reach out to you in the next day so that we set a date, and I'm going to go buy myself the flipping Millennium Falcon that I never gave myself permission to buy.
And I want you to send me a shitload of pictures of you going to the store, going in the store, picking it up, taking it to the cash, leaving. And so we're going to follow the journey of you going to get the Millennium Falcon. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. How I love what you just said. Bring your toy roundtable. You know what? I like it because it's contradictory. Like, people think roundtable, serious conversation, you know, let's nail down a topic, you know, discuss it, toss it around, you know, play with it. And then, but bring your toy roundtable, it's like, what does that mean? Like, you know, that's why we need to run with it. That's why we need to run with it. Okay, you got to go. One more thing. This is one of my favorite toys, the Mickey Mouse. Have
you noticed a theme? Have you noticed, besides play and toys, have you seen the theme of green yet? You're a gardener, dude.
Okay. I submit.
Help things grow. You call them out. You show them their potential.
Yeah, that's it.
You nurture them. Your wife's a nurturer, but she married a nurturer too.
Oh, yeah. You know, and you know what? You and I don't get paid well enough for this.
Well, there's different rewards in life, and getting the chance to call the gold out in others is priceless.
I know that.
Yeah, they're going to go on, and those are the best rewards. Some of the best rewards, they come later in life. They don't come immediately. They show up as, yeah.
Okay. So you're going to run and guaranteed last message. Are you ready?
Yeah. You matter. There you go.
You matter. You matter.
Rob Manolson, what a gift you were today. Thank you for playing with me today.
And thank you for mattering. with me today, mattering with me today. You're a great man, Amos.
You are too. I look forward to, I'll message you within 24 hours. We'll get
Okay,
a date set up
and
for
get the Falcon and lots of pics.
Okay, I will. I'm not sure if I'm gonna
Okay.
get it in person or online, but I will send you a pic and we'll get this
Yeah,
rocking.
even if you record it in a video, the journey.
Yeah.
I'm all, yeah, my playful experience to get the Falcon, you know. Okay, bye.
Okay, Rob. Chat for
Okay.
now. Thanks for
Bye.
playing.
Yeah.